Hello and welcome to this edition of Author Tips. Today we will talk about how to overcome the dreaded writer's block. Have you ever just sat there staring at your screen wondering, what the hell am I going to write? Well, don't worry because you are not alone. Writer's block is normal. Many writers face writer's block, but there are ways in which you can overcome it or prevent it from taking over your creative mind. Now, before we get into ways you can overcome or prevent writer's block, let's look at some common causes of it. One common cause is stress. If you've had a bad day at work, have a lot on your mind, or things are going less than normal in your life, you may be stressed out or even burned out. A few of the tips I will cover in this video will help you to de-stress and get your mind refocused on writing instead of what is stressing you out. Another common cause is fear. It's okay to be afraid. Every writer is afraid. Afraid their story isn't good enough, their characters have too many quirks or flaws and nobody will connect with them, afraid of what the editor might say, afraid of what readers or reviewers might say, or even afraid of what friends and family might say. Another common cause is perfectionism. If you are one of those people who likes everything in its place perfectly, you may have perfectionism. Remember, if you seek perfection in everything, you will achieve it in nothing. Don't be afraid to write something that is less than perfect. You can always change it later. Now, what if your story, character, or scene is not fully developed? That is also another common cause. Writing a story can be a lot like building a plane while it's in flight. If any of these are not fully developed, you may want to conduct some research by reading favorite books in your genre, taking a trip or vacation to a location to gain perspective, or have a look around the internet to see if you can find information to bridge the gaps. Now, I could easily tell you that the only way to overcome writer's block is to just write. But it's not always that easy. If it was, then you would never face it. However, there are many ways in which you could overcome or prevent writer's block when it does show up. So, how do you overcome or prevent writer's block? So here are my top tips to overcome or prevent writer's block. Number 1, prepare your work area by eliminating distractions. Eliminate distractions by ensuring your work area does not have anything within view that can take your attention away from writing. This can include computer cables, tiny speakers, pens or pencils, earphones, cell phone, paperwork, or just about anything that can distract you. Yes, even a tiny piece of paper or a staple can be distracting. So clear your desk, make it absolutely free of clutter, free of anything that can take your mind or your focus away from your writing. Tip number 2, a change of scenery. Now this looks absolutely beautiful if you look at that. Now I know that all of us can't go to this place right here, but you know what? It's nice to dream that we can. Now if you feel bogged down by working in the same area, then a change of scenery can get those creative juices flowing again. By moving to a different room or location entirely, it can excite your senses and unclog whatever may be blocking you. If you work on a desktop, this can be challenging. But if you have a laptop, you should try moving around different rooms or even a different location entirely. Places you can go to that offer a change of scenery include, but are not limited to, different rooms throughout your house, a local coffee shop, local library, or even a community park can offer a change in scenery. All right, tip number 3, take a break entirely. Sometimes you just get overwhelmed and you need a break. I like to work on different projects, play musical instruments, conduct research and take notes, watch videos, listen to music, have a cup of coffee or tea, take a walk, or catch up with an old friend. Now, it's this mental break that will reset your mind and body, and it'll include a release of the stress that's preventing you from your writing. So take a break, all right? There's nothing wrong in taking a break. Tip number 4, read books from other authors. All right, by doing this, you will gain a perspective of how another author approaches the writing process, writes a scene, describes a character, or paints a mental picture in your head whatever it is that is being illustrated in their writing. Sometimes all you need is a word, an action verb, or inspiration from another point of view to get things going. Tip number 5. Take it easy and write in small parts. You do not have to write the entire book in order. If an idea comes to you, then immediately capture it by writing it down. Remember, you do not have to capture the entire idea perfectly, but you do have to capture at least the essence of the idea. You can always come back to it later, modify your idea, or add it with more clearly defined words later. So don't worry if you make mistakes. You can always come back to it later. Tip number 6. The right music can set the mood. Music can get you in the right mood to write a particular scene. Depending on what you are trying to write, get in the mood by listening to soft, loud, epic, romantic, bluesy, jazzy, opera, instrumental, study, concentration music, chill step, or any of your favorite tunes. All right, now that's quite a lot of genres of music there, but you kind of get my point. Me personally, I like to listen to chill step, or I like to listen to Baroque music. Okay, that actually gets me focused and in the mood. This will help you focus, get more relaxed, get your mind or your body moving, and the words just flowing right on by. So remember, the right music can set the mood. All right, tip number 7, act out a scene yourself. All right, if you really want to go all in, then act out a scene. By you being your own characters and acting out your scenes, you may find yourself going in directions your thoughts can't just quite get, that you just can't quite get on paper or whatever digital medium that you use. This is a fun way to get into your character, your own mind, or the visual aspect of the scene. Don't hold back. Let your mind and your body control the scene or the situation. More important, you want to capture this, so record yourself doing this so you don't forget, or even how you acted something out or how you said something. This visual also gives you a way to write in more elaborate detail in the character, the scene, or the situation. Now, if you've ever had the cops called on you because you've been acting out a scene and your neighbors are really concerned, you might not want to act out the scene, but it's kind of a fun way in order to further your writing along or inspire you to take a different direction. And finally, tip number 8. Contrary to what I told you in the beginning of this video, just start writing. That's it, just start. It doesn't have to be from your current project, but it has to be writing. The simple act of writing alone will get you started, and once you realize you've started writing, guess what? It's hard to stop. It doesn't have to be a full-blown novel or anything fancy, but it has to be something. Don't worry about making mistakes, sounding politically correct, being perfect, or even a complete thought. Just write. The idea is to get started so that you can break free from whatever it is that is preventing you from writing. Now, imagine if you called into work one day and you told your boss, "Hey, I can't come in today, I have worker's block." Now, as ridiculous as that sounds, that is essentially what you're saying when you think you believe that you have writer's block and you cannot write. As a writer, you must write, or you're not a writer. You can't think about writing. You can't talk about writing. The only way to write is to write. So make it a habit that it becomes second nature. So the next time you get stuck and discover that the words are just not flowing magically onto the paper or computer, that any form of writing is writing, and it doesn't take much to get it kick-started again. All right, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave a comment, and please share. In addition, if you would like to discover more of what it takes to become a best-selling author, then you can join Author Teach today. I highly recommend joining the mastermind level so that you can get the maximum benefits of becoming a member. So we'll see you there, and we'll see you in the next video.